Hello, hello, hello. Do I still remember how to work this thing? Holy crap. I had to just look at YouTube, and it's been just over a month since I last sat down and recorded. So I'm sorry. I did not mean to disappear. I really did not want to disappear. So much little stuff has happened since then. Nothing major. I don't want to come on here and like boo-hoo, everything's so hard. Now, everything's fine. It's just a death by 1,000 paper cuts. Like, just so many little things have gone wrong. Again, nothing bad. I'm not going to make this a complain fest. Just a little update. So, I mean, I'm sure everybody's aware, the hurricane happened, did a little damage. And thanks again, everybody, for checking in during that time. And when Jen did her lives, the super chats and everything, that all went straight to, repair work, tree removal. Which kind of leads me to other things. Like, the more I went around, the more nothing big happened, but just so many little things like, oh, shingles are missing. Oh, some siding's missing. So just little repair work has just been chipping away at my free time. And if you recall last time also, I still have the same job, full-time job, but my work schedule changed quite a bit. Generally for the better. I believe once I get situated, I will have more time to spend on this channel, do videos. But literally the first day off I had, where I had like a full day, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sit down, record all this YouTube, crank it out. I sat down at this computer, touched the mouse, and it didn't move. I'm like, why is it stuck on the screen? I'm like, all right, well, it's an old computer. Sometimes that happens. Restarted it, and it's like, nah. It had a very serious problem. It's a very old computer, and coincidentally, I was literally just looking for a new computer, like hours before I decided to record, and apparently I hurt my computer's feelings. Siri was like, no. Actually, what I think probably happened, so I've been using a 2009 Mac Pro for quite a while, so I think Tim Apple was sitting at his desk, he's like, hey, this guy hasn't given us money in a long time. Hey, push the button and make him buy a new one. And lo and behold, I had to buy a new one. And ironically, I did fix the old one, but as I waited, I was like, well, I could still record. And just more little stuff kept happening. There was like a glitch where for some reason, the webcam will not work on the old computer anymore. It's the exact same one I'm using here. I'm still using Apple, same OS, everything. I don't know. It's just like all this little stuff kept happening. So I'll go into more stuff. If you don't mind humoring me for a bit, let me just take a little trip down Nerd Avenue. I won't bore everybody too much. I'll just give a quick rundown on what happened. So these are just stock photos, but this was my original computer. This is the Mac Pro 2009, or the Mac Pro 4,1 or 5,1, whichever you call it. I think officially mine's a 4,1, but you can update the software. Basically that's the model number, and I've used this thing for quite a while. I upgraded it beyond anything it was ever supposed to be upgraded, and that was kind of the source of the problem. I was able to keep using it, but it was also built on a house of cards that eventually fell apart. I installed an update that it apparently didn't like. It wasn't even a system update. It was just like a video codec, and everything just fell apart. I couldn't reinstall the OS or anything, and took it all apart, put it back together several times, and eventually I was able to get it up and running again. But I mean, it's time. I got a new one. I was looking at it anyway, so I still stayed. I've been an Apple dude since the 80s. Steve Jobs got him into our school, and it worked. I drank the Kool-Aid. So I now have the Apple Mac Pro 7,1. And this is not the current one. This is the last of the Intel machines. And the reason I went with that is because I do have a lot of PCI cards and peripherals, et cetera, that I still want to keep using. So I was like, well, this is the last chance to do Intel for Mac. And worst case, I actually already have Windows installed on it, so I can keep using this as a Windows machine if I need to. So this should get me by for at least a few years. I would say minimum 3 years before I have to decide whether I want to jump to Apple Silicon or, go PC, Linux or Windows, one way or another. So that's my nerd story. So this is the new computer. I'm using it now. It's amazing. It's a 10-year upgrade for the most part. I was able to transplant most of my parts into it, which were more modern than the computer itself. So hopefully everything will be mostly seamless. I'm still installing a few things. I was able to recover my data also. The one thing I didn't have backed up in a very easy to find way was this stuff, all of my recording things. So even when I got the other one working, I was like, well, I could just record without video or something. I was looking at ways and I was like, oh, all my settings are gone. I'd have to start from scratch. So I had to keep digging. Luckily, the hard drive didn't die. It's actually still good. It was everything that broke was on a software level. So I was able to dig, get all my settings. Here we are. I'm still tweaking some. I feel like my webcam is a bit off, but whatever. It's working. So that's where we're at now. I will throw a little shout out. I'm not being paid by anybody, but this is a website I just learned about not long ago. This is if you're in the Apple stuff, they've got some pretty good deals going now. iPower Resale. So they caught my attention earlier this year, and this is what got me originally looking at the Mac Pro, the new one. Apparently Facebook blew out a bunch of Mac Pros that they never even opened, and they were going pretty cheap, not quite to where I wanted to buy one, but now with the new, if you follow tech news, the new Mac Mini came out, and basically it slaughters everything speed-wise, so all the old stuff dropped in price significantly, so that opened the door. I'm like, well, this is my last chance to get Intel before it's too old, so that's where I'm at now. But they have a pretty good deal on, this is what I was strongly considering, except I would have to buy so much stuff to make it work. If you're in the market for an Apple computer, I mean, definitely check this place out. Again, I'm not being paid. I have no incentive. I was just shocked at how low their prices are. They're not like eBay low, but where they come from, generally enterprise situations, you might get lucky, because I've noticed on mine, I still have Apple Care, corporate Apple Care that lasts until the end of March in 2025. So if anything happens, I can just go to the Apple store and they'll handle it. And the company themselves, they offer their own 1-year warranty, so it's pretty well covered. I mean, if it's a little bit of a premium over eBay, not by much though. I mean, it's worth it, I think. So just throwing that out there if you're looking for anything, or even like, they got some okay prices on, I guess the sale ended. They had some HomePod prices, little things like that. They've got everything, but again, that's not me trying to throw an ad out or anything. Just thought I'd mention that. Anyways, pour one out for the computer, but I actually probably will still keep using it. So if you're familiar with the video game channel, I run everything off of a PC currently that's not as capable as this Mac Pro when you have Windows installed. So I think I'm going to kind of step everything down. I'm going to get rid of the PC and put this Mac Pro in its place, and that'll be my experimental machine. And I've thought about making some computer videos, not specifically with this. I do have some really old ones that I want to clean up and, just play around with. I don't know if it'd be much interest on this channel. And I'm like, do I have to make a third channel? Maybe a computer one, but we'll see. All right, that's enough nerd stuff. So anyways, the computer thing was the main thing. And then Thanksgiving hit, and then lo and behold, we all got sick. And I never get sick. I still, you may even tell, now I'm kind of listening to myself. I think I still sound a little off. Again, nothing bad. It was just like a cold that would not go away. I think I stayed sick for like 2 weeks. That's like unheard of for me. And, kid's sick, Jen's got stuff going on. But it's all good. It's just, again, it's like little stuff, it was just to the point where I'm like, should I go to the doctor or am I going to ride it out? And it kept feeling like it was going to go away, and it didn't. And then once it got to the point where I'm like, maybe I should go, it went away. So Who knows? It was probably a cold. I never tested. It could have been COVID for all I know. But, you know, I was never that bad off. I still worked and everything. I mean, that's the beauty of working remote. I can power through unless it's terrible. So anyways, that's where I've been. Not trying to make that boring or a complaint fest. Everything's good. I'm still excited about the channel now that I can actually work on it. So yeah, I mean, I hope everybody's doing well. You know, let me know in the comments what's been going on. If there's anything you want me to cover. I've got a few stories. I'm going to try to get back to an everyday video where Christmas is looming. It may be every other day. We'll see how many I can get done, you know, through the weekend. Trying to think of anything else is going on. I do want to live stream again. I do have plans on that. I have been working on that. Believe, I guess you can't tell anything here, but I've made a few changes to the live format. I'll probably live stream on the video game channel first, just to make sure everything works properly, because I haven't tested everything. Actually, as soon as I turned this on today, I was like, something's not right with my webcam, and I had to spend like 15 minutes playing with the settings. I still don't think it's okay. Something's still a little off. The colors, I don't know. Anyway, but I have collected a lot of news. A lot of it's become outdated, but some of it's timeless. So I'm going to get to those first. See what else is going on. But thanks everybody for your patience. Sorry I disappeared. I tried to do a few community posts and then I just felt so terrible. Like, I've tried to respond to everybody. It's been hectic. Again, nothing's wrong. It's just, you know, how it happens. This isn't my full-time job, unfortunately. So when things get hectic, this is probably the first thing that's got to take a back seat. So I want to keep putting things out, grinding away. Hey, maybe if this ever became my priority, that would be awesome. I would never complain about that. Again, thanks for tuning in. I hope to see everybody back again. Hopefully a live stream soon. I don't know when. I'm gonna have to check scheduling, and again, I want to make sure everything works before I turn this on and everything falls apart online in real time. But yeah, so one last time. New computer, yay! It's kind of cool. It's got a handle that spins around and it pops open. It sounds almost like the containment unit in the Ghostbusters movie, and that sets off all kinds of feelings for me, and that's awesome. Anyways, talk to you soon. Later.